What's up, people? Yo, this is Mac, the voice crying in the wilderness, and I've got a few points of contention today. It's been a troubling week. There have been things that have gone on that just irk me for real, and some things I don't need to address, like Ted Cruz going to Cancun. I don't need to address that. I think enough people kicked him in the back for that one. And I do like to kick people in the back from time to time, but I'm gonna let that go. One thing that irked me was they've changed Miss Potato Head. Now I know that may seem like some type of it's not really important, but this is the direction that the country is going to where we are prioritizing being gender neutral over common sense. Like, okay, we've got Miss Potato Head and Mrs. Potato Head already. So if you want to have two Mr. Potato Heads or two Mrs. Potato Heads, you've got that option. There's no reason to change the name of that character. Um, and in a similar vein, Aunt Jemima. I mean, I wasn't mad at the original Aunt Jemima, and honestly, it was something that was frivolous, just like the Miss Potato Head. But it's something that kind of incensed me a little bit. But what really kind of irks me continuously is the misinformation. Now, I've some of you guys know me from when I was younger. Um, but after the Navy, I really don't remember a whole bunch. But currently, I'm the type of person that likes to try to avoid violence as much as possible. Um, I'll try to talk my way out of it. I'll leave the situation, but when it gets to a point where I can't do either, then there's a demon in here. Um, and that applies most often to people who are um, either lying to or manipulating innocent people. And that's one of the things that's kind of, been kind of in the news this week, um, talking about Texas. Now, my heart goes out to the millions of people who are without power, who are frozen to death, who have to go through extraordinary measures to try and survive. Okay. But all of this could have been prevented. And you hear senators talk about um, Texans would rather go through 3 or 4 more days of not having power than to allow federal regulations into the state. Well, you see the effects of that. Texas is the only state that operates independently. There's no government oversight. And actually, its power grid is separated from all the other power grids, which obviously, as you can see, is problematic. Now, for years, um, Republicans in that state have been saying things like, we don't need government regulations. We're fine with allowing corporations and the private sector to determine what is the best course of action. Well, we see the fruits of that folly. It also reminds me of the situation with what was it, GameStop, where a bunch of regular people infiltrated the big boys trading market and threw them all into a tailspin. And all of this is because boils down to uh, what it appears to me is that conservatives do not care about regular people. It seems like every bill or every initiative that has to do with helping people is shot down almost immediately by conservatives. Take, for example, the Affordable Care Act. Um, a large number of conservative led states did not expand the Medicare coverage under Obamacare or under the Affordable Care Act. So those states found it harder to take care of people during a pandemic. The other thing as you look at is education. Education in most conservative led uh, places is focused upon the what do you call it? The charter schools, okay, where money is poured in from the parents who pay for them to go there, and then money is taken away from regular forms of education in order because the charter schools are performing better. Uh, but they already have money, so why are we giving them more money when that money should be going to the regular public schools to make them better? But again, this is something that is kind of shadowed in the media. Every now and again, you'll see a special report this or a special report that, or about charter schools and the effect charter schools have on public schools. But then that's all swept away by the rest of everything else that's going on in the world. So there's a lot of things that happen and shift in America that aren't getting the attention that they should be getting. Again, I am a very big person when it comes to education because I believe that the problems of America, i.e., racism, income equality, all of these other things that are a hindrance to American prosperity, it all boils down to education. And as long as we're waging this war between private education and prison pipeline education, then we're always going to have a problem. We're always going to struggle.